Question period. Leader of the official opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, today we know that a number of anti-bullying lobbyists, activists, were in front of the legislature this morning over noon hour, along with a number of parents. Though also with them were victims of bullying, Mr. Speaker. They are very disappointed today because, again, there is a government that has not been prepared to listen. My question this afternoon is for the minister. Why is the minister not prepared to bring Bill 52, an act to amend the Education Act, to the floor to allow the Committee of the Whole to do the work that should be done before this House rises?
Mr. Speaker, I think there's no question whatsoever that bullying is a major issue. The resources, the way we hold students accountable, all those things matter. But you know, Mr. Speaker, I think for the Leader of the Opposition, who has decided to ask us to adopt a bill that would take away discretion from principals, that would say that even for a first-time offense, students have to be suspended, it flies in the face of what we've heard. We've heard teachers' associations say they oppose this. The head of district education councils have said we weren't consulted, we oppose this. Student council presidents have said we weren't consulted by the Tories, we oppose this. Advocates for inclusive education have said we weren't consulted, we oppose this. I think the summit the Minister of the Education announced will allow for real consultation with people who are actually in the system, but why would the Leader of the Opposition want a bill passed without talking to teachers, parents, principals? Does he really think 55 politicians know better than frontline educators and parents?
You know, Mr. Speaker, perhaps it's only the Minister of Justice that seems to feel that this bill will tie the hands of principals and that this bill will automatically affect students in what he says would be a negative way. You know, Mr. Speaker, whether it be professors of law, other lawyers have said that this bill will not handcuff others. What this bill will do is define what bullying is. It will provide teeth within the system, and it will help New Brunswick, whether it be teachers, principals, students, parents, deal with the issue that we face. What is clear, the Association for Community Living is one of the groups that says Policy 703 is not working for the young people that they represent. What is clear in New Brunswick is that many children are seeing lost potential because they are being impacted by bullying. Yet we have a government that is not prepared to take the time to come forward to the committee to allow real dialogue and debate to take place. Perhaps this time the Minister of Education will answer why he's not prepared to bring this bill to the Committee of the Whole to have real dialogue and debate, and if necessary, amendments come forward.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the question from the Leader of the Opposition. One thing that I really wonder, Mr. Speaker, is how can he say that the New Brunswick Association for Community Living has said that it doesn't work, while I myself has phoned that association and they have not been consulted, Mr. Speaker, on this precise bill. That's very funny. Let me give you a little history here. Mr. Speaker, in 1999, the government of the day came up with a policy, Policy 703. And then in 2001, that government, they were there at that time, they looked at it, they stamped it, they said it's a good policy. So they were satisfied with their policy, and they never looked back at it, Mr. Speaker. The one that did that, it's our government. We looked at that policy. The Minister of Education at the time looked at the policy and consulted, Mr. Speaker. Who did he consult with? Well, New Brunswick Teachers Association, l'Association des enseignants et enseignantes francophones du New Brunswick, New Brunswick Association for Community Living. I can name some more, Mr. Speaker. The District Education Council, the Conseil d'éducation,
the District Councils.
So not yet, so I'll give you some more, Mr. Speaker.
Time.
Thank you. I'll be back.
Mr. Speaker, it is disappointing today because the minister does not get it. He didn't get it out in front of the legislature earlier. He still doesn't get it. We certainly agree that there was consultation that took place on 703, but what is very clear is there were people that were left out of that consultation, people such as victims of bullying, people such as parents who are saying Policy 703 is not working as well as it needs to be. We know there have been improvements, Mr. Speaker. We're not debating that in any way, and the Premier, the Minister shouldn't feel threatened because of that. But what is clear is there are people that have been impacted long-term because of bullying in our schools, and they have not been part of the solution. My question today is about the summit. The minister has risen today and said this summer there's going to be a summit. But you know something? Who is going to be doing the talking in the summit? It's going to be people in the education system. It's going to be teachers, which is a positive thing. But you know something? You also need victims to be in front speaking. You need anti-bullying advocates to be out in front educating our educators as well. You need parents out in front of that. Why are you only doing a half job?
Here, here.
Mr. Speaker, I think that the leader of the opposition realizes that he is in deep trouble. Because, Mr. Speaker, when he says that we did not consult with the student, that is wrong, Mr. Speaker. We consulted with the students. They were at the table. Who else did we consult with? That they did not. Well, they did not consult with the learning specialists, les agents pédagogiques. Pas du tout. C'était pas dans leurs intentions. Eux, ce qu'ils veulent, Monsieur le Président.
What they want, Mr. Speaker, is to make political a question regarding bullying, which is a very serious issue. I find it I can't believe that the opposition tries to build their political reputation by buying votes, by intimidating the electorate. And in fact, that doesn't make any sense. But it's even more than that regarding the review of Policy 703. We consulted the various unions who understand, who include the bus drivers, teachers' aides, etc. There was an intensive consultation process, and regarding Bill 52, on the other side, they didn't consult anybody.
Mr. Speaker, we have the minister that's saying everything is fine. We had broad consultations. Everything is fine. Well, I can tell the minister from the many emails that I've received from victims of bullying, from parents, everything is not fine. And my question back to the minister, if everything is fine, then why are you calling on a summit this summer? Talk about being in political spin and problems. Coming forward with a summit where all it's going to be, or at least what he said it's going to be, is educators and principals, Department of Education people coming forward and informing people what's going on. That's not good enough. If you're serious about dealing with the issue of bullying, come forward with a real plan, involve people in the process.
Président, soyons sérieux.
Let's be serious.
Said that I said everything is fine. Well, I never said that, and I'm sure I'm ready to go back on the answer and see if I said that, and I know I did not. The problem is, if the leader of the opposition doesn't understand and answer better than he understands bullying, he's got a serious problem, Mr. Speaker. I'll tell you one thing. We at the Department of Education in our government take bullying very seriously. And so much so that we decided to revise Policy 703. And we did so. And we did so with the consultation of the people involved, including the people that were being bullied, the students, the teachers, etc. The problem that we have today here is the opposition never consulted no one, Mr. Speaker. And I know that because I've consulted these people to know have they been consulted. No